Are you serious? Are you serious? Folks, we have breaking news. There's been an assassination attempt on a prominent U.S. citizen, U.S. born. He's a right-wing activist. He's been seriously wounded tonight in an assassination attempt. This is Yehuda Glick. Yehuda Glick. He's an advocate for the greater Jewish access to the Temple Mount. He's a prominent U.S.-born right-wing activist. He has been seriously wounded in a drive-by shooting about 2 hours ago in downtown Jerusalem, just outside the Menachem Begin Heritage Center in Jerusalem. The gunman was an Arab who intentionally targeted Glick. And according to eyewitness accounts, Moses Phelan, who leads the far-right segment, who was happened to be standing there, witnessed the shooting. The attempted murderer turned to him and confirmed in Hebrew, in a heavy Arabic accent, that it was Yehuda that he was shooting. He said Glick was in the middle of loading his equipment when into his car after he just attended a conference about the Temple Mount that was held at the Menachem Begin Center. Glick is a spokesman for Israeli groups advocating greater Jewish access to the Temple Mount. And he was shot by a gunman on a motorcycle who opened fire about an hour after the close of the conference. Police did not immediately say whether they considered the shooting a terrorist attack, saying they were investigating all possibilities. But Glick, who often led groups of Jews to visit the Temple Mount, founded the organization advocating for Jews to be allowed to pray at the Temple Mount, which would mark a highly charged change to the delicate status quo. He is undergoing surgery as we speak, folks, for chest and abdominal wounds, and he is in serious but stable condition. Now, Glick predicted last week that the situation on the Temple Mount would change only after an act of violence against Jews. When will the change take place? He was asked. As soon as the Arabs harm someone on the Temple Mount, the Prime Minister will wake up and it will be too late. Violence is escalating every day, and the police are simply helpless, said Glick last week. He said police impotence leads to violence. The shooting, which the Jerusalem mayor referred to as a terror attack, comes amid the unrest in the capital. Arab youth in East Jerusalem have been reportedly clashing with police, and Arab residents say the police are using riot controlled arbitrarily as a means of collective punishment. After the shooting, folks, there's some chaos right now. This is a very prominent leader, especially when it has to do with allowing the Jews to go and pray at the Temple Mount. He is pushing hard to get the Israeli government to allow Jews the right to go pray on the Temple Mount where Solomon's temple once stood. This is very, very big news in Jerusalem amid the fact that they just shot 2 Israeli soldiers last week. An Arabic man, a former Palestinian prisoner who's been released, took a car and ran over 8 people in the streets of Jerusalem, killing a 3-month-old baby. Now a direct assassination attempt upon Glick is definitely going to create a reaction tomorrow morning. And so you need to really pray for the peace of Jerusalem, because tomorrow will be a very intense day up and around the Temple Mount and the Wailing Wall. And I just, realizing I was just there 18 months ago and starting to think about the fact that since I was there, there's been a 7-week war. There's been violence, the 3 Hebrew boys that were murdered, the baby that's run over. Now this prominent Jewish leader shot tonight. Pray that he survives. Pray that he survives tonight. I implore the body of Christ to pray for him, as well as all of his Jewish friends, that he survives. And what will be the reaction of Benjamin Netanyahu tomorrow and the next days to come, we'll have to wait and see. But this is a major development in Jerusalem. I'm Pastor Paul Begley. This is breaking news, but we had to let you have this information tonight here on YouTube. God bless and shalom, shalom.